And we are under getting the start tonight, launching the three. Welcome everyone to Golden State. A couple of teams against Monk.
Those as the resident.
Sabonis and Murray. Looney running their split cuts. Here's Curry. 9 of 11 under interim. Murray for three. Field and Curry a little mixed up on the space.
And actually wants him to smile more.
Really hot start. They have cooled off tonight.
They got an offense that's working. This guy's
tough to win when you're not healthy. DeRozan, Payton in rhythm from deep. Pick and pop. Good ball rotation. Monk. Wiggins for three, and
people say there's a pressure to the movement and all that.
Covered per game, and a quick ball up,
and just leadership up to be. These were always tough games, so they played.
Davis working against Sabonis, and Fox couldn't make the catch. You know, De'Aaron, it makes a right turn.
It's not easy to play what is going to be
out to Murray. Heel touches paint with the left leak with a little bit of jelly at the.
That's ideal. That's what you want. As for now, is this what the Warriors a little undermanned to just cut back door, take the easy layup?
Coming off the bench for the first time.
Less minutes and they try to get him back. I feel
in the front court and backcourt defense, pristine ball movement on the pick and pop to Sabonis.
Game and you're watching, he looks like the point.
His off-ball skills a lot more. Behind the back, around the world, Sabonis off the elbow to Moody for three. Coming off the bench, production out of the bench. Waters
figure out the bench because he's been.
Sabonis gets it back for three.
Him to play with confidence, and you mentioned that he can get on. He knows that he can challenge the
court to the practice court.
And you play against Malik Monk, he's prone to.
Can I tell you something, Bob? He scares both coaches.
For sure.
Fox with the assists. Jackson Davison.
Really just been Curry, a little bit of Kuminga. He's pretty good at it, and so is DeRozan.
Moody with a high.
Men down. They're keeping this a good game up.
Wiggins at the expiration of the off the drag. For the Kings at the offensive end. Schroeder.
Personnel, and Steve Kerr's still trying to figure out.
Fox drives 10.6. They turn it over.
But defensively, what challenges will that present?
Maybe a lot of challenges with Sabonis.
Steps out on Curry.
Threes. That's a
guarded by Devin Carter, the rookie. But he's
an acting job by your guy Fox, maybe.
Carter drives the close from the Netherlands in the ball game. Wiggins, meanwhile,
they can't expect that much from him, but that's just from three.
NBA Rivals Week continues tomorrow night. On these games, go to NBA.com or. Yeah. What does he potentially bring?
Oh, it's a different game. There he is talking about is rim protection. Can you protect big? It's why when you look.
Three-point lead for the Warriors. Carter in the corner, back out to Lyle. Shot clock down to 4. Fox got to get big.
That's right there.
De'Aaron Fox into the same brand of shoes. Carter healed, slips the screen, and
things that make you feel like you're in a rivalry.
By Steph in the playoffs.
Yeah, that was one of the best for Mike Brown, and it was
really changed for him. Santos for three.
Oh, you're just gonna collect myself first. 6 of those from the 2-point. Monk, DeRozan, and Fox.
Then a Schroeder against Ellis.
And points in this NBA is.
DeMar DeRozan comes into the ball game. DeRozan snakes the screen, anchors himself. DeRozan looking inside in several years and was remembered.
You know, that's a Kings team. They move the ball. I mean, that's what.
Of Doug Christie playing back.
You forget. I mean, you can't expect any of the young players.
Understand Doug's message about defense. Schroeder, personal foul. Got him up in the air.
Back to Monk, and you've seen him play.
Very impactful. 26 points per game as to Wiggins in the corner. I always say he is quicker than God.
When he does this, it's him. Fox makes a quick decision like that. He's a handful.
De'Aaron Fox actually accompanied Steph with drills. No kidding.
Yeah, I mean,
showtime. Oh! Pounded by Murray. Curry with the slot cut for the already
better than everybody else. Success.
Well, that time Fox
building plenty of times with some team. How do you want me to say it?
Not indeed. They blitz. What a dime inside. Straight line drive on Curry with the
factor, right? He's that X factor for the King.
You like that number?
I like to
crown the greatest to ever do it.
Jackson there, and that he recognizes.
Over to DeRozan, catch and shoot three. Back to Schroeder, launches the three. Season for Golden State. A layup off glass. Fox, Murray, catch and shoot. Wow, Steph Curry going. Steph is here. Monk.
This is a pretty awesome half.
Inside Santos. Jackson
Warm up. You see all these different.
The Shanae Kendrick point lead for the Warriors. Defers to DeRozan, walks into the three.
Action, right? I mean, he's kind of the fulcrum. Tempo, right? How many centers are doing?
From the time that Mike Brown started here, when healed a clean look, it'll count. 1 point second quarter. They're hot. Good defense by Wiggins.
And that includes they've got to get healthy. They've got to get healthy in order to make a run.
Yeah, and again, Mark, recently they've struggled as the Warriors could play in that. We'll get to that free throw line, that turnaround there.
DeRozan has adjusted to the.
That's fascinating. I mean, he of him, and I think that's
When drew the foul. All the way inside with the north of 40% as a rookie. Wow, Jackson Davis. Jackson Davis, the free throw line. The Kings and the Warriors. Nice offensive rebound. What a pass. Steve Kerr calls Payton over and through
off to Curry, because then they got to make a decision. That
healing. Missed the layup. Sabonis there for Wiggins. Jackson Davis. This little thrust. On that. It stayed down, Bob.
awesome thing for this team.
With the beam as DeRozan on, actually. Double teamed. Got it off somehow. But he healed with a count. Praise it out to Murray. Left open for three. And Fox step back three. Virtue of their proficient
Gap here, and the Warriors are just holding him at bay.
One more to Wiggins. He pulls for three. Checks into the office and catch and shoot. That's off the baseline. Bunny heals. And one more Sabonis. He's made one. Trying to relocate. Look at, he's got a GPS on Steph.
The turnover. Wow. This is where he has his value.
He puts a jar in the middle of the jar. Here's Schroeder from 50. Schroeder on the blow by Winnie. And Sabonis pass to Wiggins with the finger roll. Got
Something games, but tonight it looks like they're getting.
Wiggins touches paint. And DeRozan comfortable letting
He's back in this game.
Schroeder punished him down low. Numbers, Sabonis. 7% from the stripe this season. Not scored. Waters elevates. 4 on the Steve Kerr technical team by Ellis.
There is some extra juice in this game.
On the move. DeMar gathers.
17 points this quarter.
It's a real win.
This legitimizes you in a certain way. 2012, when Iguodala showed up.
Over Curry. Blocks. They get the turnover with some of the things that they do on offensive.
What will be key?
Well, more to end over Golden State 8 times, leading to
In the first half, and the Kings, when he's out of the game.
Post stretching started the contest tonight for Golden State. Now off the bounce, Lyles base.
To reminisce a little bit, was 2020.
EuroLeague. This is path scoring-wise for Steph Curry. Got post in the air with his trainer. His trainer made him watch. Big it up against some token from the elbow out to Hield for three. It's getting into a strong hand on the DH. And Moody catch and shoot. Hield again, made the last one. Ellis inside. Good steal by Santos. Monk launches. Times not right there. Ellis for the lead. Santos out top. Not so much anymore
For the Warriors. So where are they going to get their offense?
Launches a deep three.
He did it single-handedly.
Ellis back out to Wiggins from the midway point of the fourth.
In this game where they're up 3-point.
Green went right into Sabonis. Rosen turns the corner from 15.
Catastrophic for so many people. And not
Back against Schroeder. Santos inside. Jackson Davis.
layups, and we get to the free throw line. This is just the
Golden State hasn't had a lot of rim pressure.
hostile environment, staying there and putting
To the free throw line. Talked about the here in Sacramento. Spain at the NBA Players Association. It's paying off. Wiggins trying to pay off to a wide open DeRozan. All over Curry. Moody stayed down on the pump fakes. Malik over Wiggins. Tough on Wiggins. Lots of contact.
This has been staying down on the pump fake, but here we go.
In the NBA. 2 on the clock. He pulls. If he were Wiggins with the cross.
In the clutch moment, you got DeRozan that can do.
Re-signed with the Kings as a free agent. And he, sir, used to play out.
4-on-3, and now the Kings have recovered.
Down post with a long 2. Moody over Sabonis.
Down to the last 2 minutes, that rim gets
out there. Curry. Malik inside. Got a whistle and a foul. Curry pulls.
It was huge there, and then they just close it out with guy line that much.
So set to cascade down onto the court. Who could ever want? They had a 41-point second quarter. They're hot. Good defense by Wiggins.
This group to maximize its potential. And that includes they've got to get healthy. Without 4 guys tonight, and they've got to get healthy in order to make a run.
That's extremely sustainable.
Yeah, and again, Mark, recently they've struck last 11. But that's about as good as the Warriors could play in that spot. He's so comfortable getting to that free throw line, that turnaround there.
Escape on how DeMar DeRozan has adjusted to the 16-year career.
That's fascinating. I mean, he carries himself and just the decency of him. And I think that's
Wiggins put his chest on him, drew the foul.
DeRozan doesn't love the call.
Murray driving the closeout on Curry. All the way inside with the Keegan Murray that shot well north of 40% as a rookie.
And so it is the defense they need out of him.
Wow, Jackson Davis against Sabonis. Jackson Davis, the free throw line. This is the second meeting of the season between the Kings and the Warriors. Bucks on the lift. Nice offensive rebound. What a pass.
And Monk, nice dish to Sabonis.
Steve Kerr calls it, goes to Payton. Payton over and through.
In a situation like that, Mark, just dribble the handoff to Curry, because then they got to make a decision.
Draymond Green still healing. Murray on the drive, missed the layup. Sabonis there for. That's tops in the NBA. Wiggins, Jackson Davis. Well, the Warriors have answered this little thrust. Yeah, did it ever? No doubt about that. It stayed down, Bob.
For Gal. Who knows who it was, right? I mean, awesome thing for this.
Big hand in its infancy with the beam as DeRozan.
They let you do that.
I put a seatbelt on, actually. Rosen will bring it across, guarded by Hield. On a little bit of space. Now double teamed, got it off somehow.
Forcing it, but he's converting.
But he Hield with a counter to Sabonis inside. Sprays it out to Murray. Moody for Steve Kerr. Payton left open for 3. Lead us back to 13. Fox step back 3. Good catch on the short roll. Control this one from pretty much the opening tip. Virtue of their proficiency.
Trying to close the gap here, and the Warriors are just holding him at bay.
Over to Hield. One more to Wiggins. He pulls for 3. Gonna walk down Buddy Hield here. Checks into the office and with the left hand back out to Ellis. Catch and shoot. That's off. Curry a lot of bodies. Post from the baseline. Buddy Hield. Monk back out to DeRozan. One more Sabonis. He's made one by Ellis. Trying to relocate. Look at Broom. Look at Ellis. He's got a GPS on Steph.
Get over the screen. And finally the turnover. Wow. DeRozan for not shooting enough of him. But this is where he has his value.
I spoke to an opposing coach who says that he puts a jar in the middle of the. A lot of good dinners coming out of that jar. Here's Schroeder from 50. Schroeder on the blow by in Denver, coming back from down 20. Out to Fox, got to a strong hand. Sabonis. Pocket pass to Wiggins with the finger roll.
Guys have struggled offensively in the last 20-something games, but tonight it looks like they're getting.
Wiggins touches paint. And Rosen comfortable letting.
He's the one that's got the Kings back in this game.
Schroeder working against the Rook. Punished him down low. Kings got numbers. Sabonis. Stomas shooting 77% from the stripe this season. Not Wiggins on the wing, cross court. Waters. Lyles elevates to the free throw line to make it 4 on the Steve Kerr technical. Schroeder around the double team by Ellis. It's 2 minutes for Doug Christie's team.
There is some extra juice in this game. You're playing hard this entire game so far.
DeRozan on the move. DeMar. Downhill. Gathers.
Because of that guy right there. 17 points this quarter.
General Manager Wes Wilcox. It's a real win.
I remember telling our group, I said, this legitimizes you in a certain way. Of course, nobody was choosing the Warriors 2012 when Iguodala showed up.
Ellis all over Curry. Blocks, quarters in the books. They get the turnover.
The physicality is there. We're going to live with some of the things that they do on the offensive.
Into the fourth quarter and look to protect home court. What will be key?
Well, more to end. Job, Monica. Sacramento turned over Golden State 8 times, leading to
The physicality that's too easy for the Warriors in the first half, and the Kings fourth. They got to hold the line when he's out of the game.
Post stretching the turn to the game. Remember, he started the contest tonight for Golden State.
Yeah.
Guarding Lyles right now off the bounce. Lyles base.
You know, the closest we had to reminisce a little bit was 2020.
Played his final year in the EuroLeague. Just this past. It was a quiet third quarter scoring-wise for Steph Curry. Fly. Ellis got post in the air. After his rookie season, Keegan Murray got with his trainer. His trainer made him watch video. Game Kings with the lead. Curry will bring it up against some token post from the elbow out to Hield for three. Fox getting into a strong hand on the DH cross. Shot clock at 7. Moody catch and shoot.
Of attention, it gets Moody a corner three.
Hield again, made the last one. Out of the timeout, Ellis inside. Good steal by Santos. Comes off the handoff. Monk launches. Court Bob, whenever there's a ball screen, sometimes not, like there. Ellis for the lead. NBA out of the timeout. Santos out top. It appeared at the moment. Not so much anymore.
Hield either. Wow. For the Warriors. So where are they going to get their offense?
5 on the shot clock for DeRozan. Launches a deep three.
Get it back in this game, and he did it single-handedly.
Ellis. Santos inside. Back out to Wiggins from
that number 30 back in the game.
Approaching the midway point of the fourth.
Plus 23 in this game where they're up 3 points.
Wiggins off the ball screen. Went right into Sabonis. He's got 22. DeRozan turns the corner from 15.
Just catastrophic for so many people. And not
out of the timeout. Monk tipped it loose. Got it back against Schroeder.
On the road against a good Kings team.
Santos inside. Jackson Davis.
Chris told us before the game, right? He said, we got to get layups and we got to get to the free throw line. This is just the
Bob, you were there. Historically, though, Golden State hasn't had a lot of rim pressure.
Job of just in a hostile environment, staying there and putting pretty clear.
Sabonis at the free throw line talked about his assiduously, whether it be here in Sacramento or over in Spain at the NBA Players Association now. And it's paying off. Wiggins trying to pay off. Monk steps through to a wide open DeRozan. Murray is draped all over Curry. Moody nicely stayed down on the pump fakes. Monk with 6 on the shot clock. Malik over Wiggins. Tough. Fox crosses on Wiggins. Lots of contact.
Do it, but it's not easy. And Santos has been staying down on the pump fake, but here we go.
3 clutch time field goal getters in the NBA. DeRozan switches on to Wiggins. 2 on the clock. He pulls. If he were DeRozan switches on to him. Wiggins with the cross.
They've got this guy Monk that can finish in the clutch moment. You got DeRozan that can do first.
Re-signed with the Kings as a free agent. Fox sprinting. And we've seen him make a bunch of those too, by the way.
Yes, sir.
Heat as that saga continues to play out.
That's Curry's job. He got it to a 4-on-3, and now the Kings have recovered.
Sticks. Stares down post with a long 2. Good closeout by DeRozan. Moody over Sabonis.
Other guys. But when it comes down to the last 2 minutes, that rim gets Curry.
Hit him again. Murray out there. Curry. Malik inside. The night for the Warriors. Got a whistle and a foul. Begins to trigger on the inbound pass. Curry pulls.
Go the rope. They stayed in that third quarter. DeRozan was huge there, and then they just closed it out with guys. That gives you such a huge advantage when you can get to the line that much.
So second chant begins to cascade down onto the court.